what's going on, guys? Dale Valor here from Modern Valor Dating. Listen, we all grow up as little kids. We all see Disney movies. We all see images on TV and storybooks and fairy tales and all these things. And what is always the common theme amongst all of these? Well, generally, when it comes to relationships and dating and things like that, it's that you have a soulmate, right? Like Cinderella. The silver slippers got to fit the foot. And that's the thing, man. You know, there's just somebody out there that is just meant for you. Now, here's the deal. You know, like that's all well and good. And it's nice and it makes for a good story, I guess, and things like that. But what many of us do from a young age is we take that to heart. That's the way that it's supposed to be. You know, and it's not, man. That's not what it is at all. And a lot of us, it's a rude awakening to find that out. Like, man, I totally bought into this. And it turns out I've been lied to since I was a child, right? But I mean, you know, you got Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and all those things that aren't real. And you come to realize it. Yeah, and maybe as a child, you're broken up a little bit, but you get over it, right? This is no different. So what we're going to talk about today is the myth of a soulmate. So we're going to hop into that right now. Let's get it. Myth number one, they live close by. All right, now look, you know, it's so funny, man, because think of it like this. There's like, what, 7.5 billion people, 8 billion maybe, and it's only going to get more and more and more. And just turns out that the perfect person for you, the soulmate that you were destined to have, lives 3 miles from you. What are the odds, right? I mean, look, the mathematical odds are so stacked against that it's ridiculous. So here's the deal. I read some statistics once, and I don't remember exactly the number breakdown or exactly how it was spelled out. But the thing was, it was something like 80% of people end up marrying somebody that grew up within a 20-mile radius of them. And so what does that tell me? Well, that tells me that what if your soulmate lives in Australia and you live in Bangor, Maine? You know what I mean? Like, man, the odds of you finding that person is nearly impossible. You got a needle in a haystack situation going on. So, wouldn't it make more sense to travel, to get out there and meet new people, check out new environments, things like that? Because you're a lot more likely to get a feel of people, get the vibe of other cultures, and perhaps you might find that one of those people might be your soulmate, if a soulmate even exists, which I would argue it doesn't, right? So that's the thing, though. If that perfect person that could be a part of your life, maybe they live in another country, in another state, in another city, you know? So get out there, meet people in other places, travel, do things for you, and the right people will come into your life, okay? All right, we're gonna get to number two. Let's go. Number two, nothing is destined. All right, now you may have a predisposition to something. For instance, maybe your parents were very athletic, and in your genes you have athleticism. And so you may be predisposed to being an athlete. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours. You could have those great genes, but eat nothing but ice cream sandwiches and Doritos, and those genes aren't going to do you a lick of good, right? Because you're doing everything adverse to your makeup, your DNA, your breakdown, all that kind of thing. So look, instead of thinking about things as being preordained, like a soulmate, right? Again, look, man, if a soulmate even exists, who's to say that they are even around you, okay? So the thing is, it's not preordained. This is something that you're going to have to go out and find out for yourself. And should you meet the right person and things pop off and you see eye to eye on relationship styles and you know, you want to be monogamous with her and her with you and all that kind of thing. Great, man. That's awesome. To think about it as if you were born for each other, not really buying it. How many soulmates have you seen that ultimately, guess what? Turns out they weren't soulmates after all. Now, they thought they were, but, you know, when the divorce rate's 45% or whatever it is, that tells me a whole lot of people got duped into thinking that person was their soulmate and had to look past some red flags because, hey, this is my soulmate after all. Got to look past some stuff, right? No, you don't. All right, we're going to get to number 3. Let's go. Hey guys, wanted to take this quick time out just to remind you, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so now. Why? Because we're putting out videos 3 times a week to help you level up your dating life, your personal life, every aspect of your life. And that's what we're here to do, and that's what we're gonna do. So make sure that you subscribe, like the video, share it with somebody that you know needs to see it, and I know that you know somebody that does. In addition to all of that, the last Saturday in July, we're going to be doing our monthly live Zoom event. And this month, we're going to be talking about overcoming your limiting beliefs. So all you got to do is register and show up. It's 100% free. Number 3, relationships take work. If you had a soulmate, that's an easy relationship. You're both destined to be together. You're supposed to be together forever. You should be like Legos or like this. You know, something that just connects and it just fits, it makes sense, it works. The soulmatiness is going to do all the work, right? No, that's not what it is, man. When you are in a relationship with somebody, it's going to take work. It's going to take effort from your end, from her end, and it's not going to be an easy road all the time. And I don't care what kind of relationship you're in, by the way. Whether it's a friends with benefits, there's going to be some peaks and valleys. Whether it's a monogamous relationship, there's going to be some bumps in the road. You know, look, any kind of relationship that you have with a significant other, there's going to be problems, okay? So it's going to take work to sort those problems out. It's going to take conversations. It's going to take enforcing some boundaries, perhaps. So say you're in a relationship with your soulmate, quote unquote. And this particular soulmate of yours is actually a little more sexually attracted to your friends. And she decides, and your friends are kind of jerks, and they decide to make it happen, make it work. And she's like, we can snuggle and be soulmates later. As for now, I'm getting this in, okay? So the thing is that really a soulmate after all? Just know, if you're in a relationship, again, regardless of relationship style that you're in, it's going to take a lot of effort, energy, work. And it's up for you to decide if that person is worth it. And that, to me, doesn't make a soulmate. That makes a partner that you're working towards a common goal. All right, we're going to get number 4. Let's go. Number 4, a connection isn't a soulmate. All right, just because you meet somebody and it's a love at first sight type of thing, which I don't really believe in either, but nonetheless, you hit it off. Okay, you got that energy going. You got that new relationship energy going, and you're in the honeymoon phase. You are a lot more likely to let a lot of things slide, and you're going to be on your best behavior. Now, I don't recommend really going that route in the sense of I don't think you should let things slide, and I don't think that you should necessarily be on your quote-unquote best behavior, but the thing is, that's the way a lot of people are, man. Don't let that fool you. Just because you got that new relationship energy going, it doesn't mean that that's your soulmate, if one even exists. What that is that's a connection that you built with somebody. And that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But don't let the new energy blind you and keep you from continuing to screen this person and continuing to find out what they're about and how that's going to relate to you, right? Because if you do that, next thing you know, you're going to be 6 months, a year into this thing, and what's going to happen? Oh, I didn't know. I found out this about you, and I don't like this about you. And that new relationship energy is going to fade, and now you actually have to deal with the real person in front of you. And is that person worth putting this much energy into? That's the question that you need to ask yourself. All right. Now, listen, in the comments, what I'd like you guys to do is drop in there, man, what you think a soulmate is, and if you think one even exists. All right, I would love to get your guys' take on this and have a conversation with you, and you know, maybe we can come to a conclusion. We can do a scientific study on soulmates. I don't know, but nonetheless, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. All right, we're gonna get number 5. Let's go. Number 5, your soulmate's not gonna drop in your lap. So, okay, so now when I'm saying soulmate, what I really mean is any girl that you can build a connection with. Okay, that thing, it's just not gonna happen, man. She's not gonna come knocking on your door like, oh, turns out I'm available and so are you. And I just had a hunch that I should walk up to your door and knock. You know, it's not gonna happen. What is going to happen is you need to put the work into yourself. You need to go back and watch a lot of these videos on how to improve yourself and your game and all those things and take that action. Get out there, start meeting some people, start cold approaching, start going to events, start building a social circle, start using dating apps. You're the one that has to go out there and get what you want. You're the hunter in this situation. You got to go out there and make it happen. Because if you don't, if you just, hey, I'm just going to sit up and chill, nothing's going to happen for you. You're the one that has to put in the work to get what it is that you want. So listen, a little while back, we did a video on relationship styles and how to kind of know what you want, how to define it, and see what makes sense for you. We go really, really deep on every kind of relationship style, from a monogamous relationship to being married to an open relationship, a poly relationship, and the list goes on and on. And so if you really want to know what all those things are about, what may or may not work for you, I suggest, man, go check that video out and learn a thing or two, and it will help define what it is that you want in your next relationship. All right, I will see you there.